Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. Here we have Max on lands versus Matt on a 4-color SnOko list, taking advantage of the powerful Planeswalker, Arkham's Astrolabe, and many of the best spells, or at least answers, in Magic the Gathering. Oko often ends up just being the win condition, generating a horde or herd of elks. Lands on the other side. It means that Max has access to a blazing fast combo of making a 2020 Merit Lage token as early as turn 2. And on the other hand, can also really grind the game out with recurring Wastelands, Rishadan Ports, and the new edition Field of the Dead, printed last summer. Arkham's Astrolabe. And a Thoughtseize. We see a Dark Depths, and I believe that's a Ghost Quarters, not a Thespian Stage. Sylvan Library, the only choice there. And Rishadan Port's going to look to bottleneck a little bit of the mana. And Brainstorm being fired off during the end step, which is fine. Not particularly different than firing it off during the upkeep with that floating mana. It does keep the Astrolabe untapped. Icefang Coatl will be able to be flashed in thanks to Astrolabe here. And now Tropical Island getting picked on by this Rishadan Port. So he just got in a nice foil playset of ports into the shop. If you're ever in the area and looking for high-end Magic cards, we've got you covered. Going to be looking to expand that to an online presence as time goes on, but right now really focused on making sure that when people win store credit here, they have an incredible experience, always able to get whatever it is that they're looking for. It is more difficult to service the entire internet than just the local player base, so we are taking it slow and steady here. We've got a Hymn to Torok being fired at Max. And he's going to take this time to fire a Crop Rotation off. Matt happy to Force of Will that. It is a 2-for-2 trade on both sides of the board. And Max has another Crop Rotation. Ooh, wow, this is feeling like some blunt force trauma. Max's hand down to just one card. He's got a Taiga and a Rishadan Port. Though to be fair, Matt's hand is Abrupt Decay and Thoughtseize. Arkham's Astrolabe cantrips again. Icefang Coatl's do buy time versus that dangerous Merit Lage token that Dark Depths is so happy to produce. Thoughtseize shows just a basic forest, so one's going to be coming in. Basic forest being played. Oh, and that's the new Euro. Crop Rotation, potentially for lethal. This Icefang Coatl being tapped is an absolute disaster. unable to chump block and buy some time. Oko, any number of things could be top decked there. That is a very dangerous risk to take when you're playing against lands. We did already see 2 crop rotations. I think he only plays 3, but still something that you really have to be careful of. Anytime that they can potentially assemble that combo, you want to have a blocker. Let me know what you think there. Do you YOLO it and swing with the Ice Fang, or do you keep it back just in case they draw into a card that wins the game on the spot, even if it's only 1 card left in the list? There are so many more answers that you get once you can chump block for a turn. If you can Ice Fang, not die, then cards like Oko actually matter, because you can Elk the Merit Lage, whereas you're not going to be able to use the Oko if you take 20 to the face. Misty Rainforest for Matt leading out. And we've got a Mox Diamond for Max. Pitching Dark Depths. Dangerous place for Depths to be. Sylvan Library. Depths in the graveyard does turn it on for Surgical Extraction. A card in many sideboards that gets brought in versus lands for exactly that type of situation. Anytime that you can either wasteland a Dark Depths, or if they dredge it into the graveyard with Life from the Loam, if you can rip that out of the deck, does decrease a lot of the power. They need to move Field to the Dead, or Tireless Trackers, or just something else. A Return to Nature, I believe, making it into Matt's hand here, could go back on top, or it could potentially destroy either of these targets. We've got a Sylvan Library or the Mox Diamond. I think Sylvan probably the more enticing of the two. Lands can potentially afford to draw a few extra cards, given that SnOko doesn't have a board presence yet, but looks like is that a Monastery Mentor put on top? That's super dangerous. So we've got Surgical and Choke left in the hand. Yeah, Choke is brutal. It's got the mana to cast it. This could be bad. This could be very, very bad. And there it is. Basic Forest. And Rashadan Ports. Just super rude. Oh, Sphere of Resistance. Yeah, this is getting graphic. During the end step, just going to be able to tap this down. Now, he can get a basic Swamp, which is nice. He does play Snow-Covered Swamp. Oh, and he lets it tap. Oh, if Max Wastelands this. That could have been way worse. Tapping down. I think we're going to try a first here. I think we're going to fast forward. I'm going to pause this and jump back in when Matt gets back into the game. Alright, so I sat through that, so you didn't have to. Many turns of draw go. Matt was actually able to get up to 3 fetch lands at one point, but did not have Oko in his hand. Eventually, a couple of wastelands joined Mac's side of the board, one at a time, knocking those fetch lands right into the graveyard before they can be used since they were tapped to Rishadenport. And Max has gambled for a Life from the Loam, and again it has gone to the graveyard. Life from the Loam is going to be coming back now and likely just putting an end to this situation. With cycle lands. In these 2 explorations that Max has, this is a pretty much unwinnable situation. Matt has all sorts of tools, but I mean, Jace the Mind Sculptor couldn't be farther from castable at this point. 5 mana due to Sphere of Resistance. His Force of Will's not even online if Max does go for something. Nothing that Matt can do. He is tapped out, locked out, facing down Sphere, and an opponent that can play 3 lands a turn. And there it is, the handshake. So lands absolutely decimating in that game. And that was a sideboard game. I think Matt won game number 1. Not going to lie, that draw go. Has me a little disoriented. It was mind-numbing to sit through. That's why I cut it out for you guys. And that is it. So yeah, that is 3 games. Whew, lands, super powerful. Not always the most fun to watch, but that's why we try and speed it up for you guys. You get the gist of it. It is very deadly once it gains control, and there's not a lot of ways out. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.